You guys know that I always share anyone's success story or my success story or whatever it is. And this success story is about something related to my job environment. So, one of them was so every one of us has a dream place to work in. So I had got this opportunity in my country, in one of my favorite states. I don't know why I have this craze of working in that state or something, but I think I had a lot of resistance when I was manifesting a job in that place. But after a certain point of time, almost like 2 years staying in a different place and being called for an opportunity in that particular state, let's call that XYZ state, because I don't want to be specific. I don't want to be specific about my country, about my state, or whatever it is. So let me just say I wanted to shift from ABC state to XYZ state, and it's been in my vision book, or you can say it's there in my favorite list for a long time. And I got a job opportunity in that particular state from my current organization. So this was around 2 months back. So in fact 3 months back. So they took my first round, second round, third round interview, and I don't know what happened in between. They just halted the process. And to be honest, at that point of time I was going through a lot, personally and professionally as well. And like every day I used to think that things would get better and it would get worse. And but I don't blame anything which has happened, because I feel like everything happens for a reason, and it doesn't happen to make you feel sad. It happens because we need to learn something out of that particular incident. So I think at that point of time I learned how to have patience, how to have trust on the process, to be honest. Like, so I was expecting a yes from this particular opportunity. It was around 3 months back, but that position went on hold. And just few days back, like almost like 14 days before, like, to be specific, somebody from my organization, higher management, told me, I don't know how, like that person just called me all of a sudden through a communication medium, official communication medium, and this person just told me that, the position which you had applied for and you were almost selected in that city, in your favorite city. Actually, I don't think that somebody sabotaged your opportunity there. There was some other reason due to which the position went on hold. And she even told me this, that our CEO of the company had to get involved to, just make that particular client agree to certain SOW of our organization. So there was some, actually, it was, I would say that was something, there was a dispute related to relationship management between the client and our company, and the CEO had to get involved to just set things out. So I mean, clients can be this fussy, to this extent they can be fussy, and the whole every position gets on hold. That's a huge thing, to be honest. So at that point of time I felt like, you know what, I scripted so much for this particular opportunity, and I've craved so much to be in this city, and maybe at this point of time it's just not meant to be. At this point of time, I'm not saying that it will never happen, but at this point of time it's just not meant to be. So maybe just like, stop thinking about it. That's what I felt. And to be honest, when we say that let us just stop thinking about it, I'm not saying that, just if you want something, just let it go. All those dramatic things I'm not talking about. I'm just saying that if you want something, you also have to give that particular thing space to evolve itself. So I feel like I was too much desperate to be in that particular opportunity, uh, position and the position, and also to be in that particular city so much that like my excitement would just show. And when I just stopped putting that particular opportunity above me, and I learned to understand my value, that's when I realized that okay, I want this particular opportunity, but that opportunity should also want me. So it should not be like I'm only wanting this opportunity and the opportunity is not wanting me. So that's when like I started to tell myself that everything I want also wants me back, because I think we grow up with this fear wherein we are instilled by our families or maybe the society or maybe someone from our early educators told us that you don't deserve to get what you want, or you will never get what you want, and we pick up on that and we just adapt into those things. Okay, so maybe it's not meant to be, maybe it's fate, but your fate is what you consistently or dominantly think about. So that's where I feel like that's where we everybody of us came into this concept of neuroscience, of manifesting, of being so fed up of the old us that we become a new us, a different identity wherein of course we can't just let go of our original self, but there are some things which don't help us to become better, and that is when we hold on to limiting thoughts that maybe what I want doesn't want me, or maybe what I want is not meant to be, or I don't know, like I can't say what your limiting belief is, but my limiting belief was always about maybe so I would say like in my career life, I don't think I had any kind of limiting belief, because I feel like I saw my mother growing up like from some very she had a very difficult life. So I've seen her from going from A range to a Z range designation, and I've seen her really achieving a lot, and which as a single parent is very difficult to. I mean, anybody would say that a single parent would be. It's a very difficult role, to be honest, to be doing both the parents role, and it leaves impact on both uh, the parent and the child of what you didn't get in your life. But that's okay, because to be honest, like anything which happens to us learns us how to be more human and how to be more empathetic towards others. So that's the thing, and I absolutely don't hold any grudges for my father. Yes, I do not want to be with this person, but I do not want to hold grudges for about this person. So yeah, so I am sort of like I'm one of those people who will always remember the good things and who will forget the bad things. So I'm a positive person, and I'm glad I'm a positive person because I don't hold grudges. So oh uh, so so that's the thing. So today I got a call from them. I just got a call from them, and they told me, would you be interested to join our team? In fact, they didn't even take my permission. They just went and approached my current team to take me, and I had to decline them because there's a different story behind all of this. Why I had to decline, but I feel like everything which you want is yours. Everything which you want wants you back. So when you start believing in yourself and your power to think that, like, there's nothing which can stop you from having what you want, because any desire which is given to you is given by the universe for a whole sole reason. And if there's a dying desire for to have something in your life, the funda is not to go and chase that thing, but to believe that it is possible and it will happen. So that's the thing, because many of us, the old us, used to think there's a thing called hope. you know and there must be something out there who is deciding for us that we should get something or we should not get something. But if you pray, the answer is always yes. And if you pray, God will always tell you what is yours. So I feel like that's the thing. Now, let me tell you the second part of the story. So, why I could not join this particular client, which I was manifesting for a long time, was because, so I was in a so some of our some of the people in our department, in our older department, I would say, so they had some budget problems. So a lot of people went into in between pool. So this in between pool, I don't know, like, different companies have different names, but it is basically a pool wherein they put someone on bench and they ask them to move to a different project because they cannot pay these particular employees because they're higher end employees, and for some of the other reason they are cutting down their staffs because they cannot afford it. That's actually the real reason, so that they cannot afford it. So that's the thing. And what happened, there were almost like 128 people like that who were in the same position, and it was totally a very chaotic situation at that point of time. Like, there was a deadline given of 1 month in which you have to get into a different project, otherwise you have to leave the organization. And it was a very, very difficult time. I mean, I would say that I was not even getting my cycles properly, and because of so much stress, and a lot of personal things were also happening. Like, I just could not control anything. The worst things started happening, like I didn't even expect those things started happening. And so I think after that, so that deadline of 1 month passed, and I just came to know that there were a lot of political games being played with a lot of with some number of people, due to which a lot of opportunities which I had got, I could not be placed there because somebody was cutting all my opportunities, being very honest. So there's a saying that even if people have evil plans, they don't succeed, because good karma is good karma, bad karma is a bad karma. So eventually whatever you sow, that you will reap. So I don't know, like, I am such a, I don't know, I just believe in God so blindly that when I felt almost in my lowest low, I felt like God told me that nothing could actually move me out of this organization, and no matter how many failures I got, I would still be a part of this organization. And to be honest, I could not believe it at that point of time, because to me, logically, it was not making sense, because all of my opportunities were being cut by someone. And every time I would get selected, they would go for my background verification, and something would happen and it would not actually work out. So even like believing or hoping at that point of time felt foolish to a natural person, to a normal person. But we are people who believe in manifestations, we are people who believe in the unseen forces of this universe. So that's why I believed. And just like in the Bible, it is written that even if you have hope as small as a mustard seed, you can say to a mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. So I believed in it. I always believe in those things. So the deadline passed of 1 month, and somehow somebody helped me to actually extend the deadline because they had my CV. And after that, almost like I got some 10 days more extension. And within those 10 days extension, I again had some personal issues at my home, in my love life, everywhere. And what happened? After that, almost 4 days were left after the extension. My extension was almost around 21st March or something. You won't believe, only God could save my job. And on 18th, I met an ex-colleague who was a part of my old team. She recommended my profile to someone she knew had a position somewhere. This guy, I feel like he acted like a god to me. He heard whatever had happened internally, whatever politics had happened internally, and all my multiple failures, not because I was not capable or because I didn't deserve to get that job, but because somebody was plotting against me. So he helped me to get out of that situation by talking to his team members, and his team members, the director of a different LOB, that is line of business. He had a daughter just like of my age, and they interviewed me. They said that we can take you, but before they said that we can take you, they asked me what actually had happened. And they just cracked me open of anything. I was hiding. See, when you are a victim of something, you do not actually want to tell that story to people, but if somebody wants to know what was real and what was fake, so they would naturally get you to open up. So that gentleman, that director, asked me to open up, like what all things I had faced in my ex organization. And then eventually, because of the budget, they moved people out of that organization, or sorry, not the organization, but that particular LOB, not even LOB, sorry, that particular client project. So, and then he believed in me. And all this while, when I gave so many interviews, when I was getting multiple failures, nobody actually believed in me. They all just judged me through my merit, but they did not understand that there was a fake narrative which was going on, which was passed by someone very powerful but not a very good person, about me and about some other people as well, so that we would move out of the whole organization. So let me just explain you these things. So there's this organization. So this is the level. There is an organization. Then there are different LOBs. In different LOBs, there are different projects or clients, you can say. So when you move from one project to a different project, somebody needs to approve that thing for you. So the person who was involved with that approval was acting against me deliberately, so that I move out of the whole organization. So they didn't like my personality, they didn't like me, and for some or the other reason I stood with the truth, and that they didn't appreciate. So a lot of things happened. So you would say that, like a ex colleague who is not even staying in that particular city where you are working comes only to do this particular task of helping you, or to make you meet with someone who had a particular opportunity or a vacancy, and that particular person goes and talks to to his team, and that team hires me. It's really a blessing. And when I and they almost, like, as I said, the 21st was my last date. So I think 19th or 20th was a Saturday Sunday. So we do not work on Saturday Sundays in our organization. So on Friday they somehow just removed my last working date and they saved my job. And that was a huge thing to me, because, like, I never did anything wrong to anyone. I never hurt anyone, at least not consciously, and still I was treated as if like I am the villain. So, if you are true, good things will happen to you. But if you are in your lowest low and you feel like, no, I will go to hell, then you will go to hell. But if you are if you are in your lowest low and you feel like, okay, I might be in this position at this point of time, but this is not the end of my story. Whether it's your career, whether it's your personal growth, or whether it's your love life, whether it's your maybe just getting slimmer, anything, any journey, when you don't give up as in, like, I'm not asking you to go and chase something. So you don't hear from an opportunity, you just give an interview and you just go and chase these people. No, please don't do that, because, like, that's not a right approach. And so you need to understand your own value, because there's always a value attached to every person, and what you bring to the table nobody else can bring. So you need to actually know yourself that you are irreplaceable. So that's the thing, I feel like that's the game changer, because nobody can replace you. Obviously nobody can replace you. You have to believe in this. Nobody can replace you. So when you realize that, everything else will work out eventually. That's it. Okay, bye.